All right, we're doing Shiyu defense again. It was a reset, so let's get in there. I wanted to actually, before we start, I want to air a grievance. I had 4,000 today, exactly, and then I accidentally pressed the button that refills it. I lost 50 whatever polychromes. That was it. I just wanted to complain about the fact that I lost those. Let's see. Weakness, ice, both ice. Okay, so what's the bonus we're looking at? Stun, days from stun specialty units is increased by 15%. Agent shear damage increases by 15%. Crit damage. Okay, so I'm gonna bring. Let's see. We're just gonna bring the obvious teams. We're gonna take you and where are you? You. Okay. So this first team. Funnily enough, this first team's the only one that's getting the benefits. I don't even have a stunner on this team, so Jane's gonna be going uphill this entire thing. If I use Jane, we'll see how useful she is going forward. I'm gonna try out this guy. I've had Bellion for a while. Basically, ever since I pulled Yishuan, I pulled for Bellion, but I haven't used him. I figured I'd give him a try. We'll see how he does. I want to see what he looks pretty cool, but I usually just go with Snap because Snap gives you like a percentage damage bonus, which is ridiculous. I have to show. Oh, I was supposed to show off the builds, but whatever. Actually, I forgot that I'm not supposed to show these first two. Well, nothing wrong with showing them. I'm supposed to show the last two just for the sake of time, but whatever.
What a nuisance.
I'll just ult him. There you go.
Stand still! Let me beat you into the foundation! Yeah! Reality and illusion.
I thought it was like a full boss.
Strength and finesse.
There we go. These go by pretty fast, so I can just, And Shiyu defense doesn't really ever take more than one try. Well, I better not jinx it.
Stay focused.
There's stuns everywhere.
Sure.
I'm too used to it's annoying swapping back and forth because I'm used to Yishuan. If I do a parry, an assist parry or whatever,
Find your weakness. I'll make it
I swap left, but here I swap right for assist parries. There we go. Sheer damage bonus and stunner. So basically, yeah, anything but anomaly teams is good this rotation. I just went with anomaly here because it's Fizz week. I don't have a Fizz DPS, funnily enough. I mean, I could make Billy, I guess, or something, or Corrin if I liked Corrin more, but I don't like either of them, honestly. Let's go back here. Aether resistance and fire weak, and Aether weak, physical resistance. These don't really matter too much. It's these that you have to be more or whatever about. So I guess we'll just go. We'll use that weird team that I usually use. Not usually, but I use every so. I'll break that out every so often. Oh, actually, what do I do here? I kind of want to use Minato, but I can't because Yishuan has the weapon that I need. So that means, yes, go away. I mean, honestly, the thing is, I could just use Sanby here and not sweat it. So it's not that big a deal. What happens if? I'm curious to see what happens if you do this. Yeah, that's funny. I just wanted to see what would happen. This down here isn't really a functioning team. This is supposed to be like Soldier 11 sits there in place of Ellen Joe whenever I get her, or if not Ellen Joe, some ice DPS. But yeah, let's see. Like I said, I'm going with you. No, I'm going with you. And on team 2, it doesn't really matter. Again, we're just gonna send it on this because we have such high DPS that we're just gonna bash right through it anyway.
To the sky.
Keep blocking the wrong way.
Leave it to me.
Okay, near the track.
An opening. Come on! Don't be nervous! Obliterate Foreman.
I tried to quick swap into
After cream.
Vivian here, but I guess it didn't
In and known.
pan out that way.
Evil shall be purged.
There we go. This is what I was trying to do,
Lord,
and it wouldn't let me.
I watch over
Actually, you know, I just realized this is one of the few instances where that tech where you can chain cancel. Basically, you can ult her. You can cancel her ult animation without getting stuck into it. It'd be pretty useful here to use both of them, but you know, whatever. Not that big a deal.
Save your strength, Andy. Recalibrating. I'm on it. Mind the blind spot. Target line. Nicole, don't push yourself. Outbound. Down strategy. Time depends on the wall. Okay.
Ah,
I'm here. Right on cue. What you deserve.
ult. Hopefully get the chain. There we go.
The target's exposed. Current overload. This bullet will reach
Get the
its mark.
chain.
Oh, the pleasure's all yours. Do all my grounding.
Yeah, these first two are usually just kind of what's the word? Formality. Okay, let's see. Oh, so there we go. We have electric week. Electric and physical. Okay, so I'm gonna do. I guess I'm just gonna bring. That'd be kind of interesting. I don't know. Like the flavors don't really matter because again, rupture is really just no different from an attack agent. It's just how they scale. But it'd be interesting to see. Like if I had Grace operation, I might throw her into that team there, but I don't. So I don't know why I have this team set up. It doesn't really mean anything.
What brings you
Now
I've got
here,
you.
what I can do is run Seth, which I might just do just for old time's sake. You know how it is. I don't know why this is set up this way. Who do I put down here? Who'd be good? I guess we'd still just use him. Or Bang Bulber, I guess. That'll be better. I'm pretty sure, even with the lightning weakness on the second team, I'm pretty sure Vivian will still outscale this, but I don't know. Why not? Let's just throw it in there just for the fun of it. Let's see if I can. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna get out and come back. I have to change something real quick. Okay, I forgot to change because I don't use Seth anymore. I've had Tusks of Fury on Panyinha because I use him more than obviously Seth. I don't use him at all, so I just have to swap it back. I'm about to remember to do that later.
Leave it to me, Andy. Adjusting for wind. Fine. Down strategy.
Oh, how did I miss that?
Ether vision activate.
I kept expecting him to do that triple one. I don't know why.
Move behind me. My bullets are one with the wind.
I was trying to swap into Nicole to do her ult, and it didn't work out that way, unfortunately.
Right on cue. Bye-bye, suckers. Loyalty. Down strategy. What you deserve.
Oh, look at that one stun window. Not bad. It's not amazing, mind you. Just, you know, I find it pretty cool. I don't even remember how to play this team anymore. You know what? Actually, what I should have done is I need to start with. Normally in Deadly Assault, you don't have energy, so I start with Seth because his little bar up there, as you can see here, his little bar up there is full, so you can do the charged basic attack. But because for some reason they give us a little more energy here, you can start with her, and it's better to start with her because she gives your team 1200 attack, which scales really good with Seth's little forced crit that he does on that.
Find your weakness. No escape. Hit him where it hurts. Wanna know what lurks in the darkness? Don't get scared now! Careful. I bite. The final act begins now.
Let's just knock him out of. There's a way to fight this guy where you can knock him out of. Like you can prevent him from going into whatever the miasma phase, but I don't know how to do that. It requires a lot of what's it called? Electricity, because if you get the anomaly proc, the electric anomaly proc, wow, that's annoying. It does that. It knocks him on his butt. So.
Wanna know what lurks in the darkness? Careful. I bite.
There we go. $230. Let's go see who the final bosses are. if I'm honest, I really should just be doing the last one, just because like even the one even phase 6 is kind of easy. But you know, whatever. Okay, ice and physical resistance. So I guess I'm just gonna bring
Where are we going? There's no class today.
Yishuan up there, and the other one's physical resistance, which means I can't use Jane. I mean, I probably honestly, I probably could still use Jane, but if it's not electric resistant, then I'm just gonna bring Sambi. Sambi's just good all around. Like wherever they're not electric resistant, you could just probably bring Sambi team in and you'll be fine. Oh, I messed up already. You really want to get all of them in that orb. I didn't know how many were going to pop out. I'm pretty sure it's always 4. For some reason, I was like, I'm sure it'll be 3. Plus, I got the one on the left side, so, you know. Oh, there's 3. Okay. This phase is already taking too long. I'm still probably going to make it under par, but it's always annoying. It's always frustrating when you're sitting here like grinding away at these stupid ads. There we go. Now we're talking. Look at this. Clean. Except for not having energy.
Strength and finesse. Cycle of yin and yang. Evil shall be purged.
How did I...
Don't blink! You'll make me bashing you into the ground! Exclusive recipe made just for you! Hey! Get lost! Reality and illusion.
No, I messed up. Oh my gosh. I threw the inputs off there really bad. I was trying to switch into Pan Yinha to get his this off, but you know, whatever. That's gonna cost me a lot of time. Now, you know, he wouldn't be dead by now, but certainly. Oh, my team is a little slower too because Pan Yinha doesn't have the weapon. Damn, it's kind of annoying. So I'm missing what, like 18% damage buff plus like a 12% 12% daze buff. That's the final thing. Oh my gosh, I'm wasting so much time here. It's so poorly executed. I should still be under par, but this one took 3 minutes, dude. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna have to go back and do. I'm probably gonna have to go back and do this one again. We'll see how this next one turns out. Come on, Minato.
Adjusting for wind.
I'm throwing like crazy right now because I forgot to swap into her to beat her thing. Nothing pisses me off more in this game than assist follow-ups. You guys hear me complain about that every time. Oh my gosh, they're so infuriating. They don't do anything. They don't help at all.
Target locked. Press the advantage. Dual London. Time to wrap things up. Bye-bye, suckers.
His stun is dropping like crazy. He's almost out of stun already.
Recalibrating. Sniper's Creed.
I should be blocking all these, but I'm like, I don't know his moveset yet. I don't know which one, because not everything's blockable, right? Only some things are red flashes and some things are yellow flashes. So I'll see some of these get thrown out, and I'm like, is that, see, there we go.
The target's exposed.
I got 20 seconds to kill him.
Current overload.
Am I gonna kill him in these 20 seconds? I kind of doubt it. Let's see what happens there. There we go. It was sloppy. It was terrible, but whatever. We made it. Let's see what we're. So obviously they're kind of shelling for Yidari this time, but I think it's still pretty manageable without her. Oh, look at this thing I found. I didn't know. Let's see. Hold on. Claim this. Outpost archives. Look at this. They have all the. Every time you've unlocked this is pretty cool. I like this. Having like a little record of everything you've done. So here's all my times. You guys can see this one I struggled because I think this is last week's because they wanted Yidari's buffs and like all kinds of other stuff and they were just shielding for them. So it was like a really pain in the butt to try to get those. But these two you can see did pretty well. This one I can shave some time off of this one, but still, like, my gosh, this first wave is kind of sloppy. I'll have to go back and redo a lot of it. But anyway, the other thing I thought was kind of interesting was this here. Look at this. I don't know how long this is. I guess it's only been here since the past 3 weeks, but look at this. You can see all the whatever. So my goal is to try to what the heck? So it says here I have all 3 stars, but it hasn't plugged it in yet for some reason. What's up with that? Well, I have video evidence. You guys can see it's all here. You know what? It might be because I changed. Oh, it's because I have to log in a new best score. Okay, so my score was highest here. That's because these two were carrying this one. How long does this last? In 4 days, we're gonna get Dialyn. I feel like, hopefully, I can. Well, I don't know. We'll talk about that in a sec. But anyway, the point being that it's cool that I can see here because my goal here for this is like a semi free to play. Again, just I'm not free to play because I did spend money on this game. But as kind of a low spender, my goal is to at least be top 10, right? Top 10% in most of these. You can see here 6.8, 4.5. This one, again, is a struggle because it's hard to figure out these teams. But so what I ended up doing here, and I'll probably go back and show off some of this, but what I ended up doing here was I had to take, because Sambi, the score was so high, I could clear this. I knew I could clear this at least 20. And this is struggling to hit 20, so I just threw a trigger over here, and she bumped me up, from what it was before, 17, she bumped me up to another 5,000 points. So that ended up being pretty good. This one ended up being the same. Yeah, this one hasn't changed because I haven't undone this team yet. But yeah, so anyway, The point being that it's cool that it has like a little record here showing off, what what placement you got, your ranking and all that. I really hope it doesn't get stuck like this because I really don't want this to be what's here because I still got the 9 stars. The first goal on all of these is to get 9 stars, right? And the 9 stars is mainly just to show off kind of what a low spender, almost free to play account can do. It's more, again, I'm not like the best player, but that's kind of just to show off. Like you can, if I can make 9 stars, most people can make 6 stars, and that's all you really need, right? So that's kind of what the goal of this is. If I start struggling to make 9 stars, then the issue will be people might have a hard time hitting 6 stars. It's like, okay, what's with the balance on that, right? It's something to address. My personal goal is to be above 10%, but like the overall point of this showcase isn't to showcase how skilled or how good of a player I am because I'm not that good of a player. It's just to showcase what's possible without having to like be a whale or pay to win, right? It's just kind of to show you what a low spender to free to play can kind of do in that sense. But the other thing I was going to talk about was I'm actually kind of stuck thinking, like, I'm not sure what to do. Let's see, where are we here? In 9 days. Wow, that's not bad. That's already resetting. That's crazy. I'm curious what I should do next because right now what I want to do is I want to summon for Dialyn. I have a 62 away from pity, and I do have a hard pity, I think, because I just lost. I lost the 50-50, didn't I? I don't remember anymore. No, I think I got the real pity. My gosh, my memory is already deteriorating. Who did I get? I lost the pity to Lycone, right? Oh my gosh, who was the last person I summoned for? Yeah, it was Vivian, right?
Do you want me?
I am the what brings you here? I can help you.
I don't. Oh, it was Lucia. That's why. Okay, I was trying to pull for Lucia. I didn't get her, so I have a 50-50 in the bag right now. That I can like. I have a true pity, not a 50-50 is what I'm trying to say. I have a true pity. I tried summoning for Lucia. I didn't get her. That kind of sucks, but whatever. The point being is that Dialyn is coming, and Dialyn looks like she's as good as Lucia for Rupture. Like, Lucia's great for Rupture. Dialyn, because she's designed for Rupture, but she only works with Rupture. Dialyn isn't on the same level as Lucia, but she's close to Lucia while also being more broadly usable by most teams. Well, except for anomaly teams. So the point being, I'm not so sad about missing Lucia now that Dialyn is here. And I'm going to pull for Dialyn, but I'm kind of debating whether I should pull for her or just save everything and go 100% all in to guarantee that I'm going to get the new Void Hunter lady, because you guys have heard me on this channel. Maybe you guys have heard me. I kind of say it fairly often, but I don't like Miyabi. So that's a Void Hunter I'm missing on this account, so I'm losing a lot of power. That's why I struggle with ice-related stuff a lot. On top of, like, not only do I struggle with ice-related stuff because I don't have Miyabi, I also just don't have any ice unit. But Miyabi would solve a lot of that stuff if I just pull for her. But I don't like her. I don't want her. The other thing is Yishuan is the other kind of Void Hunter class level unit, which I do have, which I don't hate her, but, like, I wasn't super enthusiastic. I was just like, well, I'm just going to pull for her because she's first of all, she's a new meta because of the what's it called? The Rupture meta and all that stuff. And she's the new Void Hunter level, whatever. And I didn't have any ether units. And I still don't, even without her, I still don't have very good ether damage output. Vivian was always going to be on this account because I wanted her for Jane Doe. But the point being that I don't have a lot of good ether coverage, and Yishuan covered that. So there was a lot of bonuses that Yishuan could do. And on top of Yishuan, I didn't hate her the way well, I'm not gonna say hate, but I didn't dislike Yishuan the same way I dislike Miyabi. I was like, Yishuan looks fine, I'll take Yishuan, right? So it was kind of like, I wasn't enthusiastic about her, as I'm trying to say. I was just kind of lukewarm, and I ended up getting her just because, right? Fortunately, I got her weapon. Now, the next Void Hunter level unit is coming out, and this one, the reason I'm stressing how much I didn't like the previous two is because I want to stress how much I do like this new one, and I really do want to pull for her. So you guys can let me know if you guys think I should just try to pull for Dialyn here, and then after Dialyn, save everything, waiting for the new Void Hunter, or should I start saving this 4,000 polychromes that I have now? Just save all of it, and then dump it all on Dialyn. Because I feel like even with all this stuff, it's still going to be hard to get to. I don't know what her name was, the new Void Hunter. I said Dialyn there, but I meant to say the new Void Hunter. But anyway, that's kind of my debate. Is like, should I skip over Dialyn now and save everything and just dump it on the new Void Hunter, or should I go ahead and just pull for Dialyn? Because the other thing is, the new Void Hunter, I'm pretty sure won't be available when this thing runs out. Like, this thing will run out. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll take a look at this actually, because in 4 days, this will be down to 34 days. And then Dialyn will come out for, she'll be here for 20 days or whatever. So 34 minus 20 is 14 days. Gives me 2 weeks. So I'm sure that thing will cut out halfway through the new Void Hunter lady. No, actually, because after, so 20 days, so 4 days from now will be 34 days left. And then for 20 days will be Dialyn. And then for another 20 days will be that new fire robot guy. So this will end before the new Void Hunter comes. So that's another one of the reasons why I'm feeling more pressure to pull for Dialyn. But the other thing is, if I pull for Dialyn, I'm going to have to pull for her weapon as well. And then on top of that, again, this is just me kind of talking about whatever. I don't have a place for Dialyn exactly. Obviously, the Anomaly team isn't going to use her. Sambi already has Trigger, and Trigger is pretty good for all-around attackers no matter what. So that's kind of one of the other reasons. What is the other? It's electricity. There we go. Trigger is already pretty good for most attackers. As much as I want Dialyn, it's like, who am I going to use her for? Let's see. I guess I mean, again, if I'm not going to pull for Vlad or what's his name? It's Hugo. Well, his last name is Vlad, but Hugo. I'm not going to pull for Hugo. Hugo benefits from the 2 stunners, so I can use Lycone and Dialyn, but I'm not going to do that. There aren't any other attackers that I want either. Like okay, Ellen Joe probably, but the Ellen Joe team is already pretty much covered between Lycone and Grace. I guess the other thing is maybe just going Ellen, Lycone, and Dialyn. What else here? Like, I'm not going to pull for Seed. I don't like Seed. Not to mention, like, you could go double stunner with her and maybe run her, Trigger, and Dialyn. But the end game for Sambi is just going to be to get Orphe. So that way, she's never going to fit into the Sambi team, right? Basically, Dialyn is never going to fit into the Sambi team because maybe now, but the end game for that, because I'm always looking at things in the end game where it's like, okay, what is the ultimate goal of this team? The ultimate goal of Sambi is to be Sambi, Trigger, Orphe, and there's no room for Dialyn on that, so it's kind of a waste of a slot. Yeah, and there's really no other, like, who else am I going to do, right? The main thing I want Dialyn, one of the main teams I want Dialyn for is because Dialyn is probably going to be, I don't know about probably, but it does feel like, right, Dialyn is probably going to be the best in slot for the new Void Hunter lady, right? Maybe not, maybe not. It doesn't really work out that way. They usually release the Sambi and then the Trigger, right? But I don't know. Like, again, with Yishuan, they released Yishuan, and then her best support was Lucia, and she came later. So I don't think they don't do, because in Wuthering Waves they do that, right? For those of you who play Wuthering Waves, is they release like the Chacona, and then you get the was it that way? Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I remember, it was Chacona first, and then they gave you Cardathea. And I know for sure you got Phoebe first, and then they gave you Zani later. So if you didn't get Phoebe by then, it's like, oh, you're screwed when you get Zani. But I wouldn't have pulled for Phoebe anyway. I didn't really care. I would have just gotten Zani anyway. But anyway, the point being is, like, what team am I going to use Dialyn on, right? None of my teams can use her very well. Like, they're all going to benefit, don't get me wrong. Like, if I go, like, here's the main benefit. Yishuan, I want Dialyn for Yishuan, but then that makes it so that I'm replacing Kaleda, which I actually do enjoy. So either I theoretically the idea is to summon for Dialyn to replace Pan Yinha, because Pan Yinha sucks. But the problem is, even with the buffs that Dialyn has, I'm like it's hard to fathom that she can do more for Rupture agents than he can, because he let's see. Sheer Force increases by 540 points. Not to mention, he also does innately the depleted key does 20, and this boosts it up to 30. So that's a 30% damage buff. Plus, he can wear this, which is an 18% damage buff plus a 12% daze for the entire team, not just your stunner, the entire team. On top of the fact that he also gives you 15 from this set. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like what does Dialyn have? She has an extra ult. The problem, the issue I'm having is that if I pull for Dialyn, she's just going to replace Kaleda. And I kind of like Kaleda. I like her playstyle. I like everything about her. So either if I place Pan Yinho with her, then I'm just going to have to double stun her with Yishuan, which might not be bad. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm deliberating. You guys in the comments is mainly just asking you guys what you guys' thoughts are. You guys tend to be a lot smarter than me at this kind of stuff. So, yeah, just right now, like out of all the units that come out, I'm always pretty sure about what I'm going to pull. When I pulled Yishuan, I knew I wanted Yishuan. I needed her for ether coverage. When I pulled Sambi, that was the first unit that I pulled for. When I came back to this game, I didn't really know anything. I just pulled Sambi because she looked pretty cool. And then I pulled Trigger, and I knew I wanted Trigger for Sambi, and that was that. Like Jane Doe, I knew about Jane Doe before I even played this game. She was like my favorite visual design character, and then I played her, and I was like, wow, this is my favorite character in the entire game. And she still is my favorite character. So everything first and foremost is to make Jane Doe better, and then after that, once Jane Doe is better, then I can focus on other stuff. So that's why Jane Doe has the most investment in her. She has her weapon. I got Vivian. Vivian's weapon doesn't really matter too much. Yuzuha. Again, Yuzuha's weapon didn't matter very much. So basically, again, the point being that most of the Jane is the focus. The point being that like all these other units were like I knew I was going into them. Right now, again, it's a real debate of whether or not I should pull for Dialyn or not, because I think I'd have to go in on her and her weapon, and I don't have enough right now. This is gonna end in 4 days, right? I don't have enough for her and her weapon. So should I just skip her and go for the newest Void Hunter? I think probably. From what it looks like, the newest Void Hunter is probably going to be another physical unit, which is kind of annoying to me because now I have too much physical investment, which is good again because now I have a physical. Again, I don't have any between Corrin and him. I don't have any good physical DPS. I have a physical anomaly unit, which is Jane, which is DPS, but I don't have a physical attacker. So she'll fill a decent gap, but the fact that I already have so much invested into physical in Jane Doe means that I'm like, kind of iffy about it. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just having a hard time figuring out what to do this time around. I'm actually curious because he gives me a 30% damage buff plus 15 from the set is like 45 plus 18 is what 55 63% damage buff, and then the 540 sheer force. I'm curious to see if there's no way she can outpace that, right? Because she gives a 25% ether damage bonus plus her set, which gives her 35 40 43% total damage bonus, plus her weapon gives out another 15%, is 43 53 58, so almost approaching 60, but she's missing the not to mention it's not like it takes longer because of how long it takes for her to shoot her bubbles out. Like they come out and then they stay a certain amount of time and then they go away. Anyway, it's just a lot of talking to try to figure out what I'm gonna do. If anything, I'll see how many resources I have by the end of the Dialyn banner and then make my decision then. My thing would be, it'd be really nice to just pull Dialyn like early, maybe in like 1 or 2 10 pulls. It'd be great if that happened, but as you guys have seen, I've documented all this. My luck in this game isn't super great. My luck in Wuthering Waves, is way better, so I have more units there. Here, something about like these algorithms are theoretically the same because this one they both take you 80 summons to get a pity, but Wuthering Waves just I'm almost never hit pity on that game, but here it's like I hit it every time, almost every time, right? So it's odd. It's just funny to see, like, again, theoretically the math should be the same and yet they're not. So goes to show you how Hoyo might be screwing us over somehow, but it's not really worth worrying oneself about it. But yeah, so anyway, that was just kind of a long rant at the end of this. So I'll see you guys in the next video.